Hey, I know it's been a long time. Listen, this won't be long because I'm at the movie theater parking lot right now. Y'all, I'm finna go and see Wicked for good. I was on the fence whether I was gonna go and see it or not because I'm like, I'm gonna have to sit in the theater for 2 hours. What if I gotta use the bathroom? I'm gonna miss a song lyric. What, you know what I'm saying? But I said, fuck it. Bitch, you only live once. You're going to the theater. I wanted to get on here real quick. I feel like nobody's gonna give a review like me. I'm a completely unbiased person. I could really give a shit about any of these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Now, when YouTube starts paying me, I'll stop cursing. All right, so I'm just going real quick, because I gotta go. I'm gonna be covering the fashion do's and the fashion do's and don'ts, who did it for me and who didn't. The fades, the standout moments, and my complaints. Now, out of all those topics, all those subjects, the longest list is the complaints, So I'll do that one last. All right, so the fashion do's, I'm gonna give it to Natalie. Her very first look when she gathered all the OG bad girls, which they're not OG bad girls because Camila was definitely a replacement, and so was Janelle. But okay, yeah, Natalie's first outfit when she got out the car, it was giving Cruella de Vil, but that wig looked so fucking cheap and thin. No, ma'am. Sarah's outfit, it was given. Now, mind you, these are all the girls I'm about to name. It's two more after Sarah. I'm talking about their first look, not their confessional, whatever. All right, so Sarah's look was really cute. It gave really like posh. It gave rich bitch. Suki, I was so here for I think it was blonde, if I'm not mistaken. It was blonde. And Tommy, I probably liked the least, but I did like her look out of everybody. Everybody else other than those four girls, Natalie, Sarah, Suki, and Tommy, trash. Everybody just looked they just looked a mess. I mean, like, if their hair was cute, their outfit was just like, they looked like they was ready to go and run or something. And it's really a shame that the girls can't show up with confidence that they won't have to fight. Like, they can't like really look their best at all times because they have to be on defense. Don'ts. Rolly and Tavy's confessional look. What the hell was that? Anyway, the fades. Okay, let's start from the very beginning of the episode, because I'm not gonna be one of them reviewers that take you through the every beat. These are my highlights. The opening fight was very it was Summer versus Big Lex. We're gonna see their the big threes fallout storyline. Hopefully they give us what we need to conclude their little friendship chapter or whatever like that. Like, don't just, what I'm saying, like, make this shit kind of like a soap opera. I want to be here for the conversations, the arguments, and like the lead up to the fight. You know what I mean? Like, don't just spring it on us. We already knew that Summer was gonna lose to Big Legs. Summer was bleeding from the mouth, and it gave me worse than when Judy and Priscilla fought on Bad Girls Club season 7. And then security let Lex through to beat Summer further into the ground, even though she already was leaking. Like, she already got her. And I'm like, well, damn, like, what the fuck? What did she do? I know she, was allegedly saying that they was bumping kitties or, licking cat or whatever it is, moving on. Bree versus Lo and Kat. Now, the only reason Bree wanted to fight Lauren is because Lauren, I guess, Bree wanted to fight Natalie because Natalie took the baddie shot o'clock, and Bree allegedly, I saw her make it up, you know what I mean? And then it became a thing after, but nobody really was checking for who made it up and who didn't. I feel like the public was just like, baddie shot o'clock. It's just whatever. Like, who gives a fuck? And it's like, bitch, you didn't LLC it. Like, you wasn't, I don't feel like she was concerned about the saying and whether she made it up or not until it became like a popular thing. But whatever. I feel like, first of all, Lauren, okay. Bree wanted to fight Lauren because Lauren, I guess, was piping up for Natalie in the moment of this dinner. I didn't see Lauren say anything, but something could have got cut out, because when they tried to go and get, Natalie ended up leaving. And this actually goes into my standout moments, but I'll get to that in a second. The reason why they fought, but it doesn't matter. Fuck it. I'm just gonna judge, who won and all that stuff. I feel like Bree still took the W. Kat, after they broke it up and Bree was being held by security, Kat like snatched her wig off. That was a very nice wig that Bree had on. Kat, how dare you? Mind your fucking business. You barely said 2 words, in this scene, and now you just want to jump in. Like, what was that about? And according to Bree, Kat was just like cool with her right before this scene. So what the fuck? I don't want to hear no apologies later. Like, cause they famous for doing that. Anyway, Mariah versus Summer. Mariah snuck Summer back because if you remember I didn't watch this auditions, but on the Baddies Africa auditions, no, Midwest. At Baddies Midwest, Summer has snuck Mariah when Mariah was coming out of the judging room or whatever. So Mariah and Summer have been going back and forth ever since. Mariah has sat out 2 seasons. She, Tasiki, and I want to say Tink was pregnant, so she had to sit out. But like Mariah and Tasiki are, pitching the idea that they took a break. That's never mind. So I feel like for Mariah to sneak Summer definitely was swimming, and Mariah should have had the upper hand, but it looks like every punch that Mariah threw was, I don't know what or who she was trying to hit, but it wasn't Summer. It looked like and you know what? Mariah pissed me off because Summer had a really cute wig on. Probably the cutest wig Summer has ever had. And it was giving, honey. Oh my gosh. When she came into the dinner, now the outfit wasn't doing nothing for me. Summer just not there with the fashion. But, that hair, that wig was giving me every bit of my life in that moment. And the fact that Mariah decided to sneak her in that moment and snatch it off, how dare you? Shame. Okay. Gretchen versus Anna. That was very weird. I'm like, Gretchen, you're grasping at straws. Get your lick back against J-Lo. That's yet to happen. And from what I understand, I think they're like cordial now. Like, bygones be bygones. Whatever. Shake hands, break bread, all that jazz. The fights were very like mid. I feel like Gretchen basically had to push Anna to fight, but they didn't have beef. So Anna was like, what is your problem? She was trying to understand. And I know like it wasn't even an exchange, I don't think. From what I remember on Instagram, Anna said something about a situation and Gretchen said that she go doing what she always do, run her mouth. Girl, what? Like, you like trying to cook up a fucking storyline because you don't have shit else going on with these girls. Come and don't say the N-word. How about that? Have that be your storyline. That's probably not going to happen. Next, my standout moments. Oh my gosh, my number 1 standout moment. My girl Tanisha Thomas came, the godmother of all bad girls, self-proclaimed. I was so happy when she came, even though I already knew that she came because social media fucking ruins everything. I follow her on Instagram. I've seen a live with her and Cookie. I already know that she was in talks to come back. She got the phone call. It was up in the air whether she was going to show up or not because apparently they weren't trying to give her what she was asking for financially. And she also wanted a producer credit. And they probably felt like she was asking for too much. Like, girl, you've been going, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to say you contributed to the success of the show, if you haven't even been here. You haven't even been in the background. You haven't even been a part of what happened after season one. Season one, it just got off the ground. And season two is when it started to become popular. You were gone. You know what I mean? Regardless of how it happened, I'm saying, like, she just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy when she came. I did not agree with the hairstyle. It wasn't ugly, but this is baddie, sis. The thing, what you don't want to do is have those kind of braids, like, attached to your real hair. Like, if you have a braided wig, that's different. But she definitely, I'm like, I hope she don't fight. You know what I mean? Because she has a really pretty natural hair, and I would hate for, you know, her to have bald spots. Anyway, Summer was ready for Tasiki. She was not. It was no fear in that girl's heart. She was having a conversation with Big Lex, Dolly, and Suki. And, you know, everybody in the room knew Summer was not gonna, like, they knew how that shit was gonna end. Come on now. But Summer, she was not flinching. Like, she was like, she said, yeah, I mean, we can address it, whatever, da 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 da. Like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared. I was here for it. I was gagged, honey. And then, when Scotty announced that she was pregnant, first of all, I want to say that was a part of one of my complaints. I crossed it out, but I'm going to mention it now. Social media, again, just ruins everything, because I knew she was pregnant before this fucking scene. And I'm like, y'all really need to, like, have bitches sign NDAs, because I'm not understanding, like, a lot of this information we found out before the show even comes on. It's like almost no shock factor. It's irritating, but I don't really feel any way about, you know, Lemmy being the father. I thought it was okay. But what made this a standout moment for me is, like, it's not many genuine moments I see on Baddies where it makes me, like, really be invested. And the fact that, you know, all the girls that was in the room were just loving on her, and she was crying, Krishan was crying, you know what I mean? It was a beautiful moment. It was really nice. Now, my complaints, so I can wrap this puppy up. Okay. Why is DJ Sky there? I already mentioned Natalie's hair when during that first scene she had. Why is Janelle there? Why is Sarah there? Sarah and Judy talk so much shit about Baddies. They literally had a podcast. And the whole podcast wasn't about Baddies, but it was definitely mentioned or referenced more than once, I do believe. And it was nothing but shit talking. And I know Tanisha, when she was on live with Cookie, which, if you don't know who Cookie is Amber Mead from Bad Girls Club Season 3. One of my favorites. They're best friends. And they were on Instagram Live. And Tanisha did say, some of my baddie sisters are scared they're going to get ambushed. I put two and two together, I felt like she had to have been talking about Judy and Sarah. And I'm like, y'all should be worried about getting ambushed. As much shit as y'all talked about the damn show? Are you kidding me? But they still went and got that motherfucking check when they called. Like, what did Judy say? Money talks. So do you. And that's why you should be scared that somebody's gonna fucking pummel you. You know what I mean? But yeah, Janelle is not an all-star. Janelle barely did anything on her. Barely. Like, honestly. Like, why is she there? Like, y'all just literally just brought random-ass girls. And Seven, I like her, but she's not an all-star either. If she didn't fight Sarah on season one would have been absolutely garbage. That's literally the only fade I was looking forward to, and it really didn't give how I thought it was going to. Anyway. Camila not standing on business. Camila talks a lot of shit about Baddies. She's, even when before and after she was a cast member on the show for that one season, didn't deliver, by the way. She just was a fucking couch potato, you know. She talked a lot of shit about the certain girls in certain situations on Twitter. But now that you're in Natalie's face, didn't you say you wanted to fight her again or something? Like, with no security, or like, not with no security, but like, she definitely said like something like she wanted to fight her again or something like that. She came in smiling, and, you know, when Natalie took her shoes off, and she made it clear, she was like, I'm not on nothing, but I done got snuck way too many times. I need to be on my P's and Q's. Girl, who you thought was finna come up in here and hit you? That's how you know she ain't got no pull. She didn't have creative control when it came to who she was going to bring back. But, you know, she claimed she brought heavy hitters and people's favorites. I'm sure somebody favorite, but a lot of these girls are not heavy hitters. It's what? What are you talking about? I thought it was corny of Camila to come in there and, you know, be all smiles. And I'm like, you about to bore us a fucking again? Is that what you're going to do? The least you could have done is got her like she got you. And then when Natalie was like, no hugs, even though she did end up hugging Camila, Camila had briefly mentioned the Red Bull can that was chucked at her fucking face by Natalie when Natalie ran up on her. Natalie leaving when Tanisha walked in. I didn't agree with it. I'm like, girl, where are you going? But like, as I thought about it after the episode ended, I was like, I think she was like overstimulated because she was already into it with Brie. Everybody was like, you know, a lot of girls were like talking over each other. It was like very like hostile. And then here walks in Tanisha, and it's like, okay, yeah, no. You know, it's like the cherry on top. It's like, okay, I need to excuse myself. But I didn't know the bitch was gonna like leave. I'm like, you did, damn, like that's all it took. You had a whole girl who was here wanting to fight you over a catchphrase that you benefited off of. A girl who wanted to fight, and then all it took was Tanisha to walk in and you walk out, like you just left. Like this is not your show, but you want respect as the CEO? Girl, bye. As you should leave. Shit. Have Tanisha be the executive, the EP. Cat jumping. It wasn't needed. Like, I mean, yeah, Lo was losing, but okay. And then I want to talk about like the mentality that, oh, if my friend fight, I'm fighting. Excuse me, you need to mind your fucking business. If your friend got it, let them have it. And if you know they can't fight, don't let that bitch fight. Like, break it up or stop it from happening. But that don't mean jump in. You creating a space where people are gonna call your friend a pussy or say that she or he can't fight because you jumping in. Like, what? No, mind your business. Run your own phase. Get that issue with Tommy. Tommy's here. She wasn't in the scene, but is that gonna happen? Or you just gonna be jumping? She told me something in her confessionals. That's my friend, my sister, whatever. Ain't no fair ones. Girl, what? And you got the nerve to be from Philly? Is that what y'all? Never mind, because I ain't finna have all of Philly on that, you know, foot on my neck. But I'm just saying, like, is that what y'all do? Because that's not the only person from Philly. No, all of them don't do that. Okay, because I've never seen Tinka jump somebody, and it's a couple of people from Philly that on these like ratchet shows that don't jump. So I won't say that. But yeah, I didn't agree with that. I thought it was corny, and I'm like, yeah, you're gonna you need to run that. Brie already want to run it with Kat for jumping in, so I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to run that, and yeah, it needs to be a 1-on-1. Cause for real, Kat, if you want to be 100, we saw that beach fight, what they did show, and you didn't do shit to that white girl. But we gonna leave that alone. Tinka is not an all-star. She's not, and that concludes my list. She's fucking not. I don't know why she's back. I feel like they brought her back maybe because Tinka does have personality and she is going to speak up. But she's not an all-star. So Natalie, don't even put don't even stamp that on the cast selections. All of these girls are not all-stars. A lot of them, or certain ones, didn't even make a lot of noise. Gretchen's back because she's like most hated for saying the N-word. I don't know why you brought Seven back. You called Seven boring. I think she called Janelle boring too. Who else shouldn't have come back? In my opinion, and I'm just a viewer, so yeah. I don't feel like Seven, Janelle, Gretchen, Tavy, Smiley, who else? It was so many fucking people there. Judy, Sarah, Camila. Like, y'all gotta go. It might be more, but those are like the ones right off the bat. I'm like, no, why? when I tell y'all like the episode was just going and going and going, and it was girls just coming out of like just y'all already know who it is, such and such from such and such, just in case you don't know me. Da, da, da. I'm like, if one more girl, like I'm like, how many can all of them just come and just do one joint confessional? Because I'm like, just this one by one thing. I'm like, it's too many of y'all. If people don't know y'all, fuck it. Hell, shit. But I feel like I feel like the episode was kind of like if you look at Krishan's face when she first walks in the dinner, like that confused look, we were here. Like honestly, I was just looking like, what in the fuck? And I'm like, you know, yeah. I will be doing reviews every Monday, you know, because I watched it literally today. And y'all gonna get my honest opinion. I ain't finna sit on here. I ain't finna be biased. If some shit don't look right, I'ma say it. But I gotta go, y'all, because my movie's gonna start soon. Like I said, oh, I didn't even tell y'all. So I decided to spend a little bit more coin, not too much, but I feel like them having Wicked for Good as a 3D option. I'm like, is it something to be seen that's gonna give in 3D? Go and slide me that. Go and slide me that ticket real quick. Anyway, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your post notifications on so you know every time I post a video. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.